Yep.
Well, hello. Would this be Tyrow James?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, it's Scott Wood from the interview show.
What's up, dude?
Well, hopefully, we're going to be doing an interview in just a moment.
Oh, man, I'm just sitting here going over my set list for my show Friday and just, getting things together on that end. It looks like it's going to be pretty sweet. I don't know. As long as people show up.
So, what does a guy like you do when you have a show to do and there's like 2 people in the crowd?
Oh, well, that hasn't happened really yet. So, I just often always hope for the worst when I do my shows. I'm like, all right, we got 7 acts going on, and there's 5 people showing up. Let's just give her. It just looks really ridiculous, but it's really, the energy level gets pretty high, And then there's me, I got my whatever color hair that day and my vest going on and all that shit. So it looks really funny, and it's like, what am I watching? But you just kind of want to keep watching it no matter how ridiculous it gets. Hey, this is Tyrow James, and you're listening to The Interview Show with Skiggity Scott Wood.
Hit it! What's up? This is one of those jams that was written after session a gram. Following a formula, it's not like I would, so I wrote about whatever, and it's called Whatever's Good. Really? Hit 'em high, hit 'em low. Props to the people who were down with Tyrow. I was falling off the map like a transient skid and crashing on your coach like a traveling kid. Slang Weapon X for a price that's fly. Made a stack back, reinvest and apply. Bread and butter's all mine when it's DIY. If you're gonna buy low, then you better sell high. It's easy, being so damn dope. Bitch, believe me, so you best take note. Besides $1 million, I got everything I need. I fuck rad chicks and I smoke a lot of weed. Captain of the ship, the guy who drives a bus, smoking up on the dust. Every track I have to cuss. A fight breaks out, someone's bell I gotta ring, and my punch packs zing like some red hot wings. Hey! Cold chillin'. Sunny spring day, heading down to East Van to deliver some pay. Jumping up on the SkyTrain, ladies, I'll be checking. Arrived at Nanaimo and got on the number 7. Getting full, every area stops and hop my ass off at the home of T. Thompson. Final cut of my commercial and such. The shit's looking dope, so I don't mind paying the bucks. Reppin' the vest, name graphed on the back patch original. I'm not a product of a whack patch. Thinking to myself, man, it all came through. But then I got a phone call from you-know-who. Bree, she called just a bitch and complain. Probably for a confidence game. I wrote a bunch of stuff that I'm not really into. Blah, 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 blah. Shall I continue? Hang up. Thought it was done, but she rang up again to annoy me a ton. But there's one little thing that you gotta understand. Just between you and me, she's my number 1 fan. Baby! So what you wanna do? Whatever's good. So what you wanna do? Whatever's good. Yeah, what you wanna do? Whatever's good. Sipping on the beer, doing drugs if I could. So what you wanna do? Whatever's good. Oh, what you wanna do? Whatever's good. So what you wanna do? Whatever's good. Get a real job, people tell me I should.
Well, welcome to the interview show. This is Scott Wood, your host. Today I've got local hip-hopper Tyrow James on the line. Hi, Tyrow.
Yo, what's going on, Scott? What's up, man?
All right, some people are going to be listening to you for the first time tonight. What do they need to know about Tyrow James to get up to speed?
Tyrow James is a guy from a small town in Vancouver who is just pretty much a townie or a city slicker, Grew up liking rap, grew up liking punk rock, had 2 different kinds of friends growing up, just an everyday guy like you and me, except kind of off the fucking rocker a bit because of what people have done to him and the kind of experiences that he's been into the last, say, 8 years of his life, The character Tyrow James is pretty much me, I'd say, amped up to the max, as much as can be. Everything is just really, really, really over the top, and it's something that most people have told me they've never really heard before, and now I've evolved into more of a, I'd say, what my character is really about, what my persona, what my aura is all about. So, you know, people pretty much, I don't want to jack a Gigi Allen quote, but I'm going to have to. Tyrow James, fuck, you don't get what you expect, you get what you deserve, you know what I'm saying?
Nice. Now, you are a Surrey boy. How do you represent?
Well, there's things as representing Surrey. You can be like, you know, there's a way I go on about it where it's like, oh, I'm from Surrey, man, like, you know, and then you try to be all hard about it, and then people kind of laugh at you, or it's like, yeah, man, I'm from Surrey, you know, and like kind of trash it, but, you know, still proud of, like, yeah, man, I'm from Surrey, it's a cool place, man, fucked up, but it's cool, you know. People are more to be like, oh, yeah, you know, well, you know, Surrey's definitely got a bad name, so when you say you're from Surrey, people also think, oh, man, this guy must be like, you know, maybe, you know, out in left field or something like that, or he might be a little off the edge, so.
Now, when most people hear the word Surrey or hear about Surrey, the town, they have a certain perception that comes to mind. Surrey has a reputation. So I was hoping you could fill in people who have never been there on what that rep is.
Okay, well, you know, some of the stories and stuff that you hear about Surrey, like, you know, people just getting murked and, you know, in dark places, or just like, you know, just beaten up for random shit or mouthing off. It's all true. Like, that happens. But it's not like on the level that some people amp it at, like it's Compton, you know. It's not really like that at all. It's just a harder edged place in Vancouver. But I'd say it's probably one of the more rougher areas, you know. Not saying, yeah, man, I'm from the rough area of town, you know, just like this, like a straight fact. It is kind of a grimy place. People should pretty much just not mouth off to people if they're coming to Surrey for the first time for no reason. If you want to be a drunk asshole and be like, hey, buddy, fuck you, you know, that's probably not going to get you very far, you know, especially in Wally World, which is also a really fun place at the same time. There's a lot of good party houses in Wally, you know, that I go to. So it is a party fucking town, I got to say. But it's troublesome at times.
Tyrow, I got to ask you, what is a Surrey girl?
Well, a Surrey girl is, maybe all my exes that I've dated pretty much, you know. I like them all, but, you know. Surrey girl is, again, like Surrey, that's the rep that it gets. It's all because it's true, you know. Like, and it's funny because Surrey girls will be like, real Surrey girls will be like, I hate flats. I hate them so much, but they just get tossed around themselves. You know, it's kind of like they're just denying the truth. A Surrey girl is someone, you know. You just it's kind of like a line in one of my songs. It's like, you know, there's something to do, you know, and you fuck her all the time, and your friends fuck her too.
I don't want to beat it to death, but do you have a Surrey girl joke?
Do I have a Surrey girl? Not really. I was talking to some friends, you know, the other week, and they were like, it's so hard to get chicks out in Van. They're all so snobby. I'm like, oh, in Surrey, like, you know, you just call a girl up, and usually, you know, it's after, you know, midnight usually, and you're saying, hey, come over, I want to party, or just say, come over, you know. It's pretty much known. You just want to come over and bang and get the hell out of there after that, you know. That's pretty much how that shit goes. And I thought that's how it was everywhere, but apparently not. So I don't know. I guess in Surrey, it's just, you know, easier to get girls, and I guess the same will go for guys too, because, you know, a lot of dudes, I know a lot of my friends have fucked, you know, a lot of nasty ass looking girls, you know what I mean? And like, you know, I'm not just, you know, saying like all Surrey girls are nasty, but there's some real winners. Hey, this is Tyrow James, and you're listening to the interview show with Skiggity Scott Wood.
Hey, did I mention I just got a free crack pipe on Granville and Robson?
We have a small number of hooligans basically on the streets of Vancouver causing problems. We've got a number of hot spots. It's absolutely disgraceful and shameful, and by no means represents the city of Vancouver.
When the shit hits the fan, are you gonna have a plan? I feel like a scumbag, dirty disease, getting choked by the cops till I can't even breathe. Thrown down hard and my face hit the tire. Heard they had a fit, then I set a car on fire. Petty fucking vandal, looking for some mischief, booting in a window, macking up on this bitch. Bad sitch, her soul snatched quick. Fed her bait to point, left her body dope sick. Twisted and pissed, I'm living like some guppies, circling the bowl with an infested yuppies. Fuck Olympic Village, I wanna rape and pillage, crack a fucking 40-ounce lack of liquor spillage. Vanarchy, it's not a phase or a craze. Black skies for days, set the city ablaze.
Today, the reaction to last night's fighting and looting ranges from disbelief and shock to anger and embarrassment. The city jails are overflowing. As many as 200 people were hurt, and one 19-year-old man hit in the head with a police rubber bullet is in critical condition on life support and not expected to survive.
Can you imagine with civilization disintegrates? Everything is vaporized right in front of your face. Everything you ever loved and hated disappearing in a flash. Fuck if you're running fast, up next it is your ass. All the accolades you ever struggled for be nothing. This is beyond the beef and that you thought before was something. Beyond the warring countries and beyond the peace rallies. Beyond the pretty meadows and beyond the creepy alleys. Beyond December 21 and 2012. Heaven to hell and mega quakes to set the record straight. Cause it's about to be a waste of God's 6 days that he made the planet and destroyed up on the 7th day. It's how it's really going when I write this history. How would you figure it that you were gonna be living through the tyranny? The purest misery you ever knew in recent or your distant memory. Forever it be fucking Vanarchy.
There wasn't a lot of crowd control here. You didn't see a huge police presence here. In fact, you saw them blocks away. And it was only when things started getting out of control that they moved in. It might have been a better situation had they been here already. Of course, there was alcohol involved. To go somewhere where I get away and don't have to deal with many people and I can just focus.
Walking the streets at night, gnarly as fuck. Starting near rise with my army of sluts. Hold up, take it back, latter half's not true. They're only sluts for me, they want nothing with you. Be jealous. Any lady will tell how I'm so rat-tastic and crazy as hell. I'm like SNFU, I guess you could say. Cause after me, no one else wanted to play.
Hey, it's Tyrow James, and you're listening to The Interview Show with Skiggity Scott Wood.
Vanarchy, you sent me the video, but you didn't send me the track, and that looks like it could be a pretty interesting track to talk about.
Yeah, actually, I thought about it today. I'm like, I should have sent him Vanarchy. Vanarchy is, again, the last year, it's the concept album. It's the last year of my life kind of put into an album. And when the riots happened, I'm like, it's pretty crazy, you know what I mean? I wasn't, against them. I wasn't for them. It's just something that happened, shit happened. So Vancouver Canucks Stanley Cup riot 2011, after the Canucks lost the 7th game of the final, the city rioted and set shit on fire, and it was, crazy. You can check it out on YouTube. It was nuts. It was mayhem, as the papers put it. It was like, I was at work when the riots were happening, and I remember I kind of knew it was going to happen. I'm like, well, it's going to happen either way. I was almost writing not through me, but almost as just one person as a collective unit, just maybe there's a lot of things. It's almost kind of a political verse in a way, just about how it's so expensive to live in Vancouver, but we get paid the lowest amount of money, minimum wage wise, and just there's this working class that just lives check to check, and it's getting so large, it's overtaking the majority of the population in the cities. We never seem to get ahead, and it's it just takes that one thing to just piss us off enough, and we're going to start fucking shit up. You know what I mean? That's kind of the tone that I had when I was writing that. And I was like, I'm pretty pissed off because I don't make much money, and it's I never seem to get ahead. And sometimes I just feel like one thing would just set me off, and I'd do something crazy, and Vanarchy.
I want to talk a bit about your music. You're putting out a record. It's called The Brass Knuckle Effect. When was the last time you felt the brass knuckle effect?
Oh, it's kind of funny, The last time I'd say probably was I kind of shook that kind of whole thing off. It was more of I'd say January maybe February was the last time I felt really down, and I'd say around, let's say, late May, early June is when pretty much my problem packed up and left town, and so I don't have to deal with that anymore. But it's like, you know, the whole brass knuckles thing is, you know, when you get hit with brass knuckles, you know, it's hard to get back up after, but then those scars are always going to be there, you know what I mean? Or will be there for a very long time, you know, and that's kind of the whole thing is, you know, it's been a crazy last year of my life. It's been the most, definitely, I don't even know how to say it, like just life changing to sound corny. I don't know. I just met a lot of different people, and I've really expanded my whole, like, social life and just, like, you know, PR around the city, just to places I haven't been before. Just getting bored of Surrey and Cloverdale, so I had to get out, you know, and I met a lot of cool people, you know, and I'm, you know, heavily involved in now with the local music scene, and, you know, especially, like, the scene but not really, I say the local music scene as a whole, because, you know, I don't want to just limit myself to one scene, you know. Like, I don't really, well, I guess we could talk about the scene thing later.
I definitely want to get to that, but before we do, you're listening to The Interview Show. I'm Scott Wood, your host. Today we've got Tyrow James on the line. Tyrow, I've got another question for you. You ready? Okay, I want to talk a little bit about your influences, because some of your tracks, they go into the rap rock range, and I wanted to talk about that with you.
Okay, well, my influences, well, I mean, I would say my biggest influence and my personal favorite music artists of all time are the Beastie Boys. Then Licensed to Ill and Paul's Boutique is my favorite album of all time, and any genre of music is just like the great. I think it's not the greatest, it's one of the greatest albums of all time. It's just fucking fantastic, and like just all the Beasties things. I don't know, you know what it was. Maybe it was they just kind of like me, you know, like. Especially me now, they just really didn't care what people thought. They just kind of just rapped about whatever and just like stupid shit, you know, made stupid songs, you know, but they were really dope at the same time because the beats were awesome. BC's always had the best beats, definitely. So that was my biggest influence. And like, well, you know, saying my favorite artists and influences is two different things, you know, like, yeah, like, you know, I could say, oh, The Game is one of my favorite hip-hop artists, but I'm not like The Game at all. He's not one of my influences, you know what I mean? And, like, you know, on the flip side, it's like, you know, I get a lot of influence from punk rock, too, you know, like SNFU is one of my favorite punk bands, you know, like the local stuff and the Canadian hardcore stuff from, like, the early 80s. It's just fucking out of this fucking world, you know, like Daggalo Abortions, you know, I'm sure you've heard of them. They're just fucking crazy with some of the lyrics they make, and it's just like that kind of stuff, that kind of disregard for, like, you know, social norm lyrics kind of makes me kind of just be like, okay, I'll just rap about whatever. Like this song I did called Get Rad or Drink Trying, you know, I just come out kind of just saying blah, 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 but I'm not like Arg Fuck Kill, but I'm like something, 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 and I end it with like a two rap, boom, boom. And it's like I can just kind of like say whatever on a record as long as it's behind a dope beat or like a really fast, crazy beat, and I'm just coming off like you know, it's whatever. It's going to be awesome. Hey, this is Tyrow James, and you're listening to The Interview Show with Skiggity Scott Wood.
Something, offensive lyrics, something, they don't wanna fucking hear it. Rap, mental health, rap, go fuck yourself. Rabble, can't you hear? Rabble, give me beer. Mic check, whiskey mad. Mic check, get rad. Subliminal thoughts, like a crazy chemical catalyst for wicked criminal plots. Step to you like what's up, sitting with your backpack, looking like a mark, just wait for fucking face smack. Making banging tracks and my videos have no glitches. Sticking it to your missus fella, pounding hella metal bitches. Got the preem style attitude, is like a savage. Tyrow motherfucking James, anything but average, baby.
Hey, it's Tyrow James, and you're listening to The Interview Show with Skiggity Scott Wood.
Get Rad or Drink Trying. I would love it if you could talk about that song.
You always want to start an album, you always want to come out swinging. And I wanted to come out really, like, hard, like, not rappy, like, yeah, what up kind of thing. I just wanted to just come out, like, blah, 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 like, just coming out like a fucking drunken maniac. And then, so I wanted to come out with something kind of original, and I was listening to a Dayglow Abortion song called Arg Fuck Kill, like, one day. And, if anybody who knows that song, I know most people, my friends do. It just, the whole song is blah, 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 blah. And it just goes on for like 16 bars. But it's so in tune with the music and the way the song's really dope. It sounds like it's supposed to fit, and it makes it, a good song. It's not like an annoying, dumb song, even, but it is kind of a stupid song, but it's a great song, Getting Rad is like, it's just, you just get rad, I actually made up an abbreviation for it, like the half-assed one. What was it? Rad, get retardedly ass drunk? I don't know. That's something I made up. It's probably not going to stick, but, I guess if somebody asked, I can just lie to them and say that's what it means. I don't know.
Now, the one thing that I thought for sure you'd mention, but you didn't, is how you use your ex-girlfriend in the track.
Oh yeah. Oh, geez, I forgot about that. So there is some spots of... just audio clips of me and my ex from over the last year all over the CD. But, this isn't one of those, like, I'm going to get you back, bitch, kind of, like, themes to the CD. I mean, that is a big part of it. It's all, I'm past all that shit now, and I think, we both are, me and her, she's a cool girl, right? But, she's also a fucked up girl, too. So, it's kind of good to have the CD as more of, like, a story, or maybe, like, you can tell it's somebody's life in a record rather than just a bunch of battle raps, kind of like my last record was, or for the most part, most local MCs, or it's fucking rap in general, these records. You're just a bunch of battle lines and lyrics, sometimes. And it's been a very long time where there's been a real album that's really been about something, and I feel that this album is really about something, And yeah, I can toot my own horn on that because I'm Tyrow James.
Okay, I wanted to get to it because you said it. We were talking a little bit before the interview, and you were talking about community and how you don't always have the biggest fans in certain communities. So I was hoping you could talk about what community means to you and what you do and how you connect with other communities.
Cool. Well, it's tough because, like I don't know. I have like a lot of what I call them. I guess friends. Most of them are friends, and then you have acquaintances or whatever, or party friends. And I have a lot of different, genres of people, if you want to call them that. That are friends. I got rap friends. I got punk friends. I got a couple like I don't know, preppy friends, whatever you want to call them. I got like broski friends. So if it's kind of like I can take my music and stuff and tell all these different people, and maybe one of them might show one of their friends, even though they're not into quote like hip hop or rap rock, whatever you want to call it. They might get something out of it, and then that might make a new fan. So it's almost just like I make friends with people first, more so as just being some guy on the fucking street going, hey man, you want to check out the music? You know what I mean? Like I think it reminds me of like telemarketers, I don't really like that shit. So I find, I'm better. I probably make more fans going to a party or something and saying, hey man, what's up? How's it going? Yeah. And, like kind of get all buddy and then be like, oh, by the way, I check out my music, it's kind of funny. You might like it. Right. And then, you get to maybe make a new friend or something, or, even like, chicks too. I'm always like, hey, what's up? How's it going? And I'll be like all friends with them. And then, hey, I also make music. You should check it out, And that usually works. That usually gets them home, right? So.
And then can I ask, Tyrow, do you put on the CD?
What do I put on the CD? No way. Usually my CD for getting busy with the females is Cypress Hill, Temples of Boom, or what's the other one I put on all the time? KD, Ass, Gas, or Cash. Or I put on, like, Fetus of Fetus by Dayglow Abortions if I want to get really fucking Anyways.
You have the best sex mixtape ever.
Yeah, I know.
All right, well, Tyrow. Oh, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was going to say, I know. It's a work in progress. I'm always experimenting with different CDs. I think I might try like Master P, Ghetto's trying to kill me next week. Who knows?
You must meet some very, very interesting ladies.
Oh, you have no idea, or maybe you do. I don't know.
All right, Tyrow James, I've really enjoyed having you on the show. At the end of the show, I love to have the guest pick a track off their current record, talk a little bit about it as we bring up the music.
Awesome. So just pick one, hey?
Tyrow James, it's your choice.
Okay, you know what? I want to give a big shout out to my homeboys, Dopeflowz, who have recorded me and helped me got this far in my music career. Those guys are fucking awesome. Great rappers, great musicians. Check them out at reverbnation.com/Dopeflowz, Dopflowz. And this song we did together, it's produced by Stu Ray and co-production with JD's blaring guitar solo. It's called House Party Hooliganz. Tyrow James featuring Dopeflowz with ad-libs from Carly Ann, my former roommate, and my ex-girlfriend, Spiderweb. Let's fucking play that shit, man.
All right. House Party Hooliganz by Tyrow James. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, dude. And fucking thanks for having me, man. It's awesome. Hey, this is Tyrow James, and you're listening to The Interview Show with Skiggity Scott Wood.
Any parties happening in this shitty town?
To the wind with a mind full of sin. I found a boot and broski's knees if he looks at me again. It's a house party, hooligans burning off some lines. Buttons for the pussy, weed and grimy good times. Stepping into the party, sexy women show me love. Yo, at least that's what I think. I might be tripping out on the dreams. My ex is down in drinks, staring at me, looking all sour. We'll argue for a minute, but I'll be fucking her in an hour. I'm limited with my limits. If you meet me, you're appalled. I'll hear about some drama, then I'll probably get involved. Every time they try to keep me calm, it fucking fails. Chilling up in the bathroom with my old boy fucking rails. This girl covered in tatties started skeezing, but she's not clean. Walked into the room and saw the bitch was getting tag team. Got no fucking moral, selfish prick, I take the crown. And Squirt wants to fuck me cause she thinks I'll get her down. I smash a faggot clown, said I'm falling to the ground. Cause I find it quite hilarious to get drunk and fuck around. Vision blurry, I'm from Surrey, what the hell did you expect? It's all about the sex, drugs, and lack of self-respect. Calls to the wind with a mind full of sin. I found a boot in broski's knees if he looks at me again. It's a house party, hooligans burning off some lines. Buttons for the pussy, weed and grimy good time.
Now when I walk in this bitch, now I'm the center of attention. Did I mention girlies jogging? You can feel the fucking tension. Keep staring all hard, looking like some bar stars. Yo, I'm here to get hype and dance around with the fucking retard. Burning up the Crispies, feeling nuts off whiskey, blowing blunt smoke on the hoochies that I did. I mean, usually I'm mellow, straight kicking back with the dude. Yeah, tonight I'm feeling rude, I'm busting shit in the room. Yo, ripping down the chandeliers, gobbing on the fucking mirrors, smacking ass, acting crass. Holy fuck, that place got trashed.
Fuck that shit up, dude.
Yeah, man. Fuck, that place got destroyed tonight. JD and this bitch fucking it up.
Staying around the packing like motherfuckers.
Man, let's go back to the ashtray.
Oh, fucking fucks, man. Pigs are coming. Shit. Let's get out of here.
With a mind full of sin, I found a boot in broski's knees if he looks at me again. It's a house party, hooligans burning off some lines. Buttons for the pussy, weed and grimy good times.